Did you know? Pac-Man World for the PlayStation wasn't originally going to be the first 3D Pac-Man game. In 1996, Namco Home Tech was hard at work on a game known as Pac-Man Ghost Zone. It had a look and feel very different from Pac-Man World and had a bizarre plot. A young kid at an arcade gets sucked into a Pac-Man arcade cabinet and turns into Pac-Man. The reason why you'd play as a kid turned Pac-Man and not Pac-Man himself is because the Japanese Home Office was nervous about the team behind the game making the game in the first place, and stated they couldn't use the real Pac-Man. Design director Bill Anderson came up with the concept of the boy becoming the titular yellow hero. The game had some familiar items and enemies, such as ghosts and Pac-Dots, but also had some other items, such as keys and a bizarre object that allowed Pac-Man to jump constantly in midair, causing him to float around. The main villain was going to be a mysterious being known as the Ghost Lord, who uses his pixel cannon to send the boy into the arcade game. Little dialogue was recorded for the game, but what was recorded pretty much states the plot.
Cool. We finally have the opportunity I've been waiting for. Now we can finally test my pixel cannon on a live subject.
The reason the game was cancelled was for quality reasons, but also because the game just didn't feel like Pac-Man. Quoted from the PlayStation Museum, the environments all felt too much the same, and it was lacking a sense of grandeur found in other games such as Mario 64. The controls were also very limited, resembling the controls of Bubsy 3D. As a result of Namco president Masaya Nakamura being displeased with the presentation of the game, nearly the entire team, all but one designer, programmer, and artist, was laid off, and the game was scrapped and turned into what eventually became Pac-Man World. The original Pac-Man arcade game was designed to play on forever. As long as the player had at least one life, they could keep playing indefinitely. However, the 256th level houses a bug, dubbed the split screen or kill screen bug, which renders the entire right half of the screen corrupted with random symbols, preventing infinite play. The reason for this is the level tries to display 256 fruit instead of the usual 7 at the bottom. Normally you're only supposed to see 7 fruit, but when the internal level counter, which is stored in a single byte, hits 225, the subroutine that draws the fruit erroneously rolls this number over to 0, which tries to make it draw 256 fruit. This bug is supposed to render the level unbeatable, however there have been claims it was beaten. In December of 1982, 8-year-old Jeffrey R. Yee allegedly received a letter from U.S. President Ronald Reagan in congratulations to obtaining the world record of 6,131,940 points on Pac-Man, a flawless score that can only be achieved by passing the split-screen level. In 1999, Billy Mitchell had offered $100,000 to anyone who could surpass the 256th level by the new year. No one ever claimed the prize. In the game Pac-Man World 3, go to the museum and step on the button to your right, and you will trigger a live-action video of an interview with Pac-Man creator Toru Iwatani, who sheds light on the origin of Pac-Man. Ever stared at a pizza with one slice missing and think it looks like Pac-Man? Well, that's what Iwatani did. He even states it here.
で、女性をターゲットに考えたときに、昼食にピザを取って、ピザを食べたときに一辺を取った残りの形。
In reality, this is only half the truth. In a 1986 interview, Iwatani said that the design also came from simplifying and rounding out the Japanese character for mouth, kuchi, which resembles a square. As for Pac-Man's name, Iwatani states that it's derived from the term pak-pak, which is onomatopoeic for the sound of eating in Japanese. But also, as a reference to his hockey puck shape, Pac-Man's initial name was in fact Puckman, and yes, to avoid vandalism of the name, it was changed to Pac-Man when it came to the US. So the Scott Pilgrim vs. the World story is true, as stated in Garanicor's Pac-Man video, well, to an extent. The ghosts in the game were designed and colored the way they were to appeal to female players as cute characters. And did you know that Pac-Man was originally created for the female market, as most games back then were really only played by men? Did you know? There's an unused explosion graphic present with all other graphics in the original Pac-Man game. It is unknown what it would have been used for, and it was removed in Pac-Man Plus, a game very similar to the original arcade version. In the character slideshow of Namco Arcade Museum Volume 1, the graphic is present with what's presumed is its correct palette under the name Blast. Also in the original arcade version of Pac-Man is a secret message. If the arcade machine is put into service mode, the settings screen will appear. Toggling the mode on and off will make an alignment grid appear, and while holding down the player 1 and 2 buttons, toggling service mode on and off quickly, and pushing the joystick in these directions, a sideways message reading "Made by Namco" in red power pellets will appear. And to show us off, here's the first ever video game cutscene. That's my time, but don't forget to subscribe to the real DYKGaming channel and follow them on Facebook and Twitter. And also check out DYKGaming.com, where gaming trivia is posted several times a day, every day. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe to me, DestinationMarc, and while you're at it, check out VidGames FTW, my Let's Play channel. Yeah, speaking of Bubsy 3D, I have a pretty good feeling I'm probably going to play that game in the future. With Wes as well. Oh, that's going to be an experience. You're not going to want to miss that, if it ever happens.